Hi, I'm Elizabeth. Let's look at 5 AI tools that are changing the game in the way we create voiceovers, analyze data, develop presentations, and more. Let's jump in and see what they can do. Hume AI is an AI voice generator that converts text to realistic sounding speech that truly understands emotional expression. Led by experts at the intersection of psychology and AI, Hume conducts large scaled controlled studies to optimize their models for human preferences. This approach ensures that their AI systems are attuned to human emotions that can interact in ways that really resonate with listeners. Start by creating a free account, and you can find that link in the video description below. You can also begin testing the tool without an account on their homepage. I'm putting together an audiobook of short stories that I've written, and I want to use Hume to bring my stories to life. Let's use an excerpt from Little Red Riding Hood as an example to see what Hume can offer.
When Red arrives, she notices something strange. Grandmother, what big eyes, big ears, and big teeth you have.
That already sounds pretty natural and would work well for my audiobook. But now let's add some acting instructions.
When Red arrives, she notices something strange. Grandmother, what big eyes, big ears, and big teeth you have. The wolf repeats.
So much easier than directing real people in my office. But now let's look at some of the pre created voices that Hume has to offer us. I'm curious what a friendly troll sounds like.
Go outside and play with.
Okay, what about a formal English storyteller instead?
We gather here to bid farewell to.
That could be fun for a children's story. So let me click on this and then generate the new voice.
When Red arrives, she notices something strange. Grandmother, what big eyes, big ears, and big teeth you have.
That sounds great to me. But now let's look at some of the options for creating our own voice with Hume. Now let's give Hume a voice prompt. I want to see what this line would sound like as if it were a gruff pirate.
Grandmother, what big eyes, big ears, and big teeth you have.
I think that sounded great. And they're going to give me other samples as well.
Grandmother, what big eyes, big ears, and big teeth.
And then I can select which one I like the best. I can give this voice a name and continue to use it throughout my audiobook. Let's check out another voice. But this time, let's use Hume's auto-generate feature, which will come up with a voice prompt based on the context of the text.
Grandmother, what big eyes, big ears, and big teeth you have.
Sounds pretty good. And if your narrative or story has multiple speakers, you can utilize projects to actually highlight individual lines and speakers to set different voices and add acting instructions. You can actually create an entire podcast in Hume with different voices for each person speaking. And when I'm done creating my new audiobook, I can easily send it to my publisher by downloading it in my desired audio format. Hume is entirely free to start using, with 10 minutes of free auto generation per month. And if you need more, they offer a variety of paid plans, which are half of what other platforms offer. Quadratic AI is an advanced spreadsheet platform that integrates artificial intelligence, coding capabilities, and database connections to enhance data analysis and collaboration. And it could be used for professional and personal purposes. And like Google Sheets, Quadratic is browser-based for real-time collaboration. Start by creating a free account on Quadratic's website, and then you'll be dropped into the main dashboard to get started. And I promise after we go through these examples, you might never use Excel again. I want to get a better understanding of my finances, and specifically where all the money on my credit card is going. So I downloaded a copy of my credit card statement and I just copied and pasted all of this data into Quadratic. I first want to know what categories I'm spending the most money in. So I'm going to ask Quadratic to group my spending by category, ranking from highest to lowest. And now, what stores do I spend the most at? And help me visualize this in a pie chart so I really get a better understanding of where my spending is going. One more quick adjustment. Change this to dollars instead of percentage. Under a minute, and Quadratic was able to sort through all of this information that normally would have taken me a lot of time to sift through and analyze. In this second example, I have a large amount of sales data that I've received, and I need to create a sales presentation. So I've uploaded my data from Excel. Note that you can also connect Quadratic to other platforms if you wish to seamlessly import your data. Let's see if Quadratic can give me everything that I need all at once. You'll notice while Quadratic is working that it's actually writing Python code for accurate analysis of the dataset. You can also edit the code if you're more technical. In this case, AI is giving us the method of analysis instead of a randomly generated one. I was just able to get all of the information I needed for my sales report in seconds, and I can zoom in to learn more in each one of these graphs. Cleaning, analyzing, and visualizing large amounts of data has never been easier, even if you're not savvy with coding or spreadsheets. The best part is everything I just did was free, and I've yet to run into any limits. Creating how-to video guides can now be done in just minutes with Guide's intuitive AI. You can start by creating a free account and then downloading Guide's browser extension. Let's say I have a new sales process for creating an invoice. I need everyone in the company to know how to recreate this process by creating a video on how to do it. I also want to add a voiceover, and then I want to translate it into multiple languages. Sounds easy, right? Start by selecting the Guide browser extension. Enter a little bit of information about what you're trying to accomplish, and then click Start Recording. Then you'll just go through each one of the steps to create an invoice as if you were guiding somebody on how to create an invoice in person. Guide will follow each one of your mouse clicks and watch your screen in order to capture automatically everything it is that you're doing. Once you've gone through and followed all of the steps, then you'll be able to easily create your video. Once your step-by-step guide has been automatically created, you can edit each step so that the text as well as the images are exactly what you need in your step-by-step guide. You can edit the visual or even remove or add steps without having to start from scratch. If you want, you can record your own voice over your guide or use one of Guide's handy AI-generated voices. They have a lot to pick from, and you can also convert your voice into over 100 languages without having to do any extra manual work. You can also utilize Guide's robust customization options, allowing you to change colors, add your own images such as your own logo, and adjust the elements as well as the effects throughout your document. This will allow you to align your new guide with your own brand identity. Once you have finished designing your guide, you can even make edits to the talk track so that your guide says exactly what you need it to. Let's take a look.
This guide will assist you in creating a customer invoice in Stripe. Follow the precise instructions to efficiently navigate through the process, from adding a customer to sending the invoice.
And when you're ready to share or publish your video, Guide has lots of options, including integration with popular apps, an ability to add tracking, as well as being able to download your video guide as a PowerPoint or as a PDF. With Canva, you can use their AI tools to quickly make edits to your photos. If you follow our channel, you'll know that I'm a big fan of Canva, and specifically their AI photo editing features using Canva's Magic Studio. It's free to create a Canva account, although the AI photo editing features I'll be showing you today do require a paid subscription, or you can check out the Canva free trial. I have this great photo of my daughter on vacation. I've uploaded it to Canva, and now I want to use some of their AI features to edit this image. The first being getting rid of this guy in the background. I'll click on Magic Eraser, and then all I need to do is run my mouse right on top of that, click Erase, and let Canva quickly do its magic. Right away, I have a new edited image with little work. Now, let's say I want to spice this picture up a bit. I can then use another editing feature that Canva offers called Magic Edit, where I simply tell Canva what I want to add or change about this picture. I want to add a shark with its mouth open to see if it will scare my daughter. I first need to select where I want this shark to go. So I'll put it over here where that guy we just got rid of was. And now I'll select Generate. Canva has provided me with a few options that I can test out to see which looks best. And if you're not happy with any of them, you can always ask Canva to redo it. But I think my daughter will get a kick out of this. One of Canva's most widely used features is the Background Remover tool. I've uploaded this group photo and I want to remove the background because I'm going to replace it with something else. I select the image and click Background Remover. And done! Once you've removed the background on your image, you have a few options. The first being to download your image as it currently is, either with the white background or by selecting transparent background and then downloading it to your computer. You can also upload additional photos and add those as your background image. In this case, I'm going to use some of the backgrounds that Canva offers. I had previously searched for school, so let me go ahead and select an image here, and I'm going to set that as my new background. I could then adjust the size of this photo and see how it looks. If I want to change the background, I can just go back in here and select a new image and attach this as my background. Once you're happy with how things look, you can go ahead and save this or download it to your computer. And finally, let's use Microsoft Copilot to take the hard work out of making PowerPoint presentations. When you open a blank PowerPoint document, it can seem a bit daunting, but with Microsoft Copilot, they do all the heavy lifting. I'll start by clicking on Copilot in my toolbar. And then all I need to do is let Copilot know about the type of presentation that I want to create. In this case, I want them to create a presentation about sloths. So I'll write exactly what I'm looking for and then ask them to create it. Quickly, Copilot built an outline for my presentation, including all of the different information that I asked them for. And it's telling me that they've created 24 slides on my behalf. Let's take a look at them. I'll click on Generate Slides. Let's take a look at these great slides that Copilot has built for me using the power of AI. It's a great start to begin my presentation. And you can see that Copilot also included these slides in specific categories that I asked them to create in my original prompt. But you're going to probably want to make additional edits, so let's click into a slide and see what else Copilot can do for us. On each slide, you'll notice the Microsoft Copilot button. We can then ask Copilot to help us as we continue to build out our presentation. Let's say I want to replace this image with another one. I can use the Copilot prompt gallery and ask them to assist me with a variety of tasks. In this case, I want to add an image, so I'm just going to let them know what I want an image to be and see what they generate for me. Now I can see that they have added this picture of two sloths together. I can then eliminate this other image and replace it with this, or just play around with the aesthetics of the page. If I'm going through my presentation and there's certain areas that I want to expand upon, I can get Copilot to help me with that too. So if I want to ask them a question to learn more about sloths, I can just ask that here. And you'll notice that sometimes Copilot actually provides you with prompts for questions as well. So here I'm asking for more information about survival and predators. And you'll see here that they have now provided me with some additional information that I can read through and choose to add it to my presentation if I want. The Copilot prompt gallery could be very useful when you're first starting out, because by exploring the prompts, you could see what types of functionality Copilot for Microsoft PowerPoint offers. You can also sort the prompts by task. For example, if I click on Create, I could see that I could create a slide to get questions from the audience. And I can even save this prompt if it's something that I'm going to be using often. You can also sort by the job type. So if I was in communications or marketing, I might be able to draft a communication plan or curate a customer journey based off of the PowerPoint slides I've already created. These features are all meant to help save you time and develop a professional looking presentation with minimal effort. I really wish I had this when I was growing up and in school. Thanks for watching, and let me know which one you're going to check out first.
Mom, Mom, Mom.
Now, if only there was an AI tool that could respond to that.